craft for Jira and 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. It's just simple. In our work we encountered 4 major testing problems that the QA craft for Jira plugin solves. And now we will show you how to do it.
Tom, we have a QA craft which is our new plugin. We are making podcasts about 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. First rider, structure management. I wonder, because this plugin is innovative, but what is this innovation in terms of structure? The innovation consists, for example, in the method of managing the structure. Because the structure is well arranged, it looks like the directory structure on your computer's hard drive, where our QA craft project is equivalent to a hard drive. In this QA craft project, we have individual test plans that contain a test suites, and each of the test suites contains a certain list of test cases. In addition, we can connect requirements and bugs to the test case that appear during test execution. And this is roughly our structure. However, the method of managing the structure is different than in plugins of our market competition. Tell me, if this looks like a tree? Yes, exactly. Even here, I have a test case that is already at a certain stage of implementation. If we choose a tree view, in example, the view of our tree, and we expand all the elements of the tree, you can see what it looks like. This is our entire QA craft project. Here are the individual test plans, and in this specific test plan, in these specific tests, we have a test set suite, which contains specific test cases and bugs, if they were in the structure. It's easy to navigate through this structure because, first of all, if we click on any element, information about this particular object appears automatically in the main window of Jira. We can collapse the structure in any way, expand it, going down to a deeply nested place in the structure. So that this tree is so intuitive. It's true, it looks very intuitive visually. Everything is quite colorful. The tree has some controls for this structure, which allow us to perform some quiet, interesting actions. Most plugins work as follows. It has a structure template based on which individual tests are issued. So, having a template, we create a specific set of tests from this template and we operate on it. Then, if this template is to be reused, we will come back to it. We release more tests building a new structure. That means that we build a new structure on the structure of the existing one. It means what I told you now. In example, this template, we departed from this idea at the very beginning of QA craft. We found it to be so inconvenient that we did it in a completely different way. Why? Template must be alive. If you do the test based on a specific template, then let's assume the tests last a month, they are alive. Some cases turn out to be unnecessary, some cases need to be added because it turns out what that functionality has suddenly changed or functionality has come. So after doing such tests, we would have to go back to this template and update it with what we did in the actual tests. It's quite troublesome, because usually companies that perform tests after the end of specific tests move on to the next release tests and there is no time. There is no time to complete this template. Therefore, We can treat each structure as our template on the basis of each structure that we have in QA-Craft. Which means that if we have performed tests, then when we do further tests, we can treat the recently performed tests as a template and clone the structure based on the last test performed. In fact, they are actually the most up-to-date. These test cases have arrived. Unnecessary test cases have been removed, and we have mechanisms that allow us to choose an operation called cloning. Here it shows the tree structure that we should like to clone. We will decide which project we want to clone. We will decide which test suites, which test cases are of interest to us. So we will mark on the whole tree the set of tests that we need at the moment. Choose clone, and at this point, this structure is cloned as a new structure to perform further tests. So it is deprived of some elements that we were in the old structure. In example, if we had test cases performed, then the execution after cloning disappears. If we had bugs, it also disappears. We get a ready structure with test cases ready for execution. So we are saving a lot of time. In my opinion, yes. It's more intuitive when after completing these specific tests we can create another set of tests based on the recently performed. Okay. And our customers like it. It saves time and money. Exactly.